Hi, how are you doing today? It's Thanksgiving week, and I've done some things, but I used up all my executive function last week, so today's going to be fun. Oh, and my husband's home, which is going to make things even more fun because he has feels about everything today, apparently. So, the good news is you don't have to deal with just my nonsense because I'm not the only one here today. I am joined by the wonderful Megan McCarthy,
Hello.
the phenomenal and amazing Laura Nettles, and the one, the only, the asker of burning questions like, do you put milk in your no-bake cookies? Cat Leah.
Please tell me you don't. That's not right.
The amount of existential crisis my chef husband is in the kitchen right now over the idea of milk and a no-bake cookie is kind of magical. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's weird.
I still haven't found a recipe that doesn't have milk in it. That has the normal base ingredients. Megan's recipe she found doesn't count.
I found another one. Let me go back to... I'll find
These
it
ones,
again.
they're too liquidy. I'll tell you that right now. Looking at those.
Oh my goodness. So he's starting up again. Today is going to be an interesting day. It is the day. Oh, it's going to be a fun day.
There's butter. There's already butter in it, Jenna. You don't need milk. The sugar and the butter make the hydration. And you melt the butter, the peanut butter in it.
Hello, Jenna. Hello, Cool Gamer. How are both of you doing today? It's going to be an interesting day. It is the day before Thanksgiving. It is pure and utter chaos day. He is brining turkey. He's doing all manner of things in there. He's complaining at the light lunch that he's making with his persimmon sauce and roasted chicken with roasted carrots and a very, very herby mashed potato on the side. You know, a light, simple meal because is chef and can't do anything simple. And here we are.
It should have sugar in it, not maple syrup, not just sugar.
You can't substitute?
Right? Yes.
The ratios are a little different.
Gotcha.
I may not mention this nearly enough. Yes,
because this one has maple syrup too.
You probably hate flavor and think sage is spicy also.
Could you hear him?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. He has feels. He has all the feels right now.
You probably think mayonnaise is a flavoring ingredient.
Well, congratulations, Kat. You successfully broke Brian.
Nope, this one has oil in it. Wait a minute, why is there oil and butter? Both!
What? No, you don't.
This recipe has olive oil and butter.
That is unnecessary. Hello, CB. How are you doing? Everyone.
And milk. It still has milk in it.
Okay,
it's just liquid piles of oats.
Okay, so I feel like I should give the warnings for today's stream. It is the day before American Thanksgiving, which means there is a lot of chaos everywhere in the universe, and still don't know what we're doing. I get to find that out tomorrow. Yay! I know for food because Brian is cooking a banquet, but where that banquet shall be had for the first time is up in the air.
They all have maple syrup, all of them. Now I have to look. Okay. Now I have to look up not only no milk, but no maple syrup either.
It shouldn't be this hard. Why would you put olive oil in it?
Right? Like olive oil, I do not understand because olive oil has.
It said that you can substitute the olive oil for coconut oil. I have heard of coconut oil substituting the butter because somebody can't have butter. But why?
And CB has found a thing to be thankful for across the pond, and that is being thankful for not having a Thanksgiving. And yeah, this is this is like the stress test holiday to find out if you're just going to barricade the walls and pretend you're in a zombie apocalypse before Christmas. Like this is the exactly what level of emergency break glass do you need to be at for the Christmas season?
It's only 7 dishes.
You're only making 7 dishes
Yeah. That's all.
for 2 people, maybe 4.
There'll be a third person.
You
I'll
had to
take some
completely-
leftovers.
You had to
I'll take
completely
some.
reorganize the shelves in the refrigerator to fit the turkey in so it could brine. He's a big turkey,
So I found 3 ingredients
maybe 4.
cookies.
So this one has milk, but it's to make the chocolate syrup. So,
But it
That is
also
the
has
only
maple
acceptable
syrup.
reason to have milk in it.
so you mix the sugar, butter, cocoa, and milk in a saucepan, bring to a boil, stirring constantly, and then add the oats and peanut butter.
This is little did we know this is how you start the Third World War. Do you put milk in no bake cookies?
No.
Hello, Nikki. How are you doing? Hello, Kai. How are you doing today? Hello.
And my sister's opinion is invalid.
Hello, nerdy nurse reads. How are you doing? Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be fun.
Wait,
Hello,
Thanksgiving is
Jennifer. How
tomorrow?
are you doing? What?
I said, wait, Thanksgiving is tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot. I have no idea. We're not doing anything for Thanksgiving because we forgot about it.
I will probably not be at Coffee Bunny, but Coffee Bunny might still be happening.
Look, I'm one of
Right.
those people that I'm happy with just like a Swanson TV dinner. Like, I don't care. Give me cold cuts of turkey. I do need to have turkey on Thanksgiving, and I'm happy. It can be cold cuts. Just give me a turkey sandwich. I'm fine. Like, I don't need anything special. That monster, on the other hand, fair, but
I'm sorry, amazing turkey. It's not good.
I've had your family's turkey too, and neither were you.
No,
So
I wasn't. But you got to remember, I started cooking to save myself
that's true. You did start cooking to save yourself from the
from the family's
from the
cooking.
family's cooking. So you are correct in this.
Chef Blackstock did you back in history.
So little.
You're moving by Christmas. That's
Ooh.
that's gonna be
That's gonna be
a lot of
Yeah.
stress.
That's it. I have to go check to see how much peanut butter I have, and then I'm just throwing things in a pan.
Oh yeah,
Because I don't trust the internet.
and I'm one of those people that have like a very traditional old school Christmas with like lots of booze, loud music, and like if you're not partying, if nobody blacks out at the party, you did it wrong. Like that isn't that like this is why Christmas was illegal for a very long time in the United States. And by the way, it was the Puritans who outlawed it. So don't give me any of that war on Christmas stuff. But yeah.
I have a good amount of peanut butter. We're good.
I understand this. I understand a lot of people not liking turkey. I have a like if I had to get rid of all land-based meat and the options did not include bison, it would be turkey. Like bison and turkey, only 2 land-based meats deserving of our like love and adoration. Everything else, yeah, whatever. You can go. I'm done.
Kind of need a little bit of pig.
I know you have a thing. You like a little bit of pork. Like, yes, I get that. Yes, you and your bacon, but we can figure out how to make bacon out of other things.
And sausage. Breakfast would be wrong without pigs.
No, I could go.
So I need to go after I'm off work so I can go to Bulk Barn and buy different types of flours and stuff so I can make gluten-free rolls and stuffing for tomorrow because I'm going to Becca's house.
Oh, fun.
Ooh,
We're having an American Thanksgiving.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Hello, Divine
An
Fox.
American Thanksgiving in Canada.
Exactly.
And no, we are not doing a fried turkey. He has perfected his turkey recipe over the ages and it is going to be one of the most succulent birds that has ever been.
Succulent.
Like, oh no, it's. I know I joke that cooking is his religion, but he keeps converting new faithful every time we bring some over for people. Like almost everyone we know uses a variation of his turkey recipe now because they had it and went, turkey has failed me my entire life. I did not know.
The bone has flavor?
Yes, even the bone has flavor. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Alrighty, we are going to be doing some sprints today. I don't know what I'm actually working on today. I have to be very careful. There are some preservatives that are used in a lot of commercial hams that make me sick. Because I used to like ham too, and I know I take a lot of heat every time I say this. I'm not a big fan of beef. Beef has no intrinsic flavor of its own. It only has the flavor of the things you add to it.
I told you not to say that in public.
I say what I want. Spain sounds amazing right now. Like honestly, if I could just be in a cave, like all I want right now is I want a cave with a little bit of fire, maybe a blanket, sharp stick to keep the wolves away. Like I'm fine.
And
I'm
a
fine.
cooked turkey.
Like the turkey's going to happen no matter what. Like they run wild around here. Like even if we were living in a cave, he would have already captured one because it did rain recently, so there'd be dead turkeys just lying around. Not a joke, by the way. Turkeys are dumb. Turkeys are very dumb. Please do not do your
Specifically domestic turkeys.
yes, but even wild turkeys are not the smartest of creatures. Like evolution was not for brain power for them. Alrighty, so I don't know what I'm going to be working on during the sprints today because I have entered my phase of no effort November, where I used up all of my spoons last week. They're all gone, and my laundry service has not returned them to me.
Yeah,
I sent them out to be cleaned and to be returned, and they have not come back yet. Decision paralysis is my entire existence right now. So,
I need at least 600 words today to be on track.
You've got this. Princess, you're fine.
I would like to finish chapter 17.
yes.
Princess, you're fine. Calm down.
Alrighty, so
But Mom!
I have about
She's
5
very upset because Nessie is going to the vet without her, which
Aw.
means Nessie is leaving the house and she's going to be stuck here and she's not happy about it. She's been doing backflips off my door. No, don't dig under my door.
Well, I think we're gonna have to go ahead and get this started because Jenna wants to have a 5K day today,
What?
and that's a lot of writing. Oh, you're so sad.
Yes, I know. You're just pitiful.
Indecision. Break the scenes and see which one. Oh no! Like I have absolutely no power to do anything today. Like Brian was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm walking around in circles." Like, but you're gathering all this harvesting stuff. I'm like, just because it's in my way. Like that's all I've done today is just play video games and basically walk in a straight line until I hit a wall, and then whichever way the character bounces off of it, keep moving that way. Like this is decisions, and no, this is not happening. It's just not happening. I used all of my spoons. They have all been gobbled up. They have not returned.
I need to unload my dishwasher and load it again.
So we are going to be using the cow, which, by the way, Jules, I have been getting some very nice comments on this timer, and I'm probably going to go back in and tell everybody, like, thank you, but tell her because she made it and she's awesome, and you should follow her channel. It is the cow that goes. So this is a silent timer until the very end when the cow will do one to let us know that the time has elapsed. But visually, this cow will be destroying the ozone layer and personally contributing to all of the climate change on its own. The whole time. So, sorry, Brian's making pumpkin bread in there, and it's driving me crazy. Anywho, yeah. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we start the sprint? Because I've been rambling a lot.
Subscribe to Charlie in case the bots come. You can still comment.
Yes, because if the bot, I'm only giving them one try today. If they show up once, we're going into subscriber mode. You'll have to be subscribed for at least 5 minutes. And yeah. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do the sprint in a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and go! Sprint.
Excuse you, Charlie.
It wasn't me. It was the cow. I swear. I swear it was the cow.
Mhm.
All right. So how did everybody do? I actually was writing, believe it or not.
I have sugar and butter melting together.
I need to
Which I
finish the sentence. So let me know how y'all did while I finish the sentence.
I made a grocery list for these rolls.
Good.
I should make a grocery list for the stuff for the stuffing as well, because I need both.
All right. So I want to give a shout out and a thanks to we lost Megan.
Yeah.
In that. Okay, well, I'm going to do it without her being here. I need to give a shout out to Megan McCarthy because I was like, I don't know what to do. So I loaded up an essay I've been having issues with into Lex and scrolled down to the bottom and typed plus, plus, plus. And it auto-generated a really good outline for how to talk about that topic, which astounds me. And I was like, oh, okay, I will just fill this in now. And yeah, that was this is the first time I've really like used it. Hello.
Hot salsa.
To get story, well, not really story, but to get an idea out and moving forward.
Yay.
And I'm kind of impressed by it. Yes, this is Minerva. If there's a cat like demanding my attention, 9 times out of 10 it's her, because she is very forthright in what she wants. She knows what she wants, and it's blood and attention.
I'm Minerva.
Your blood specifically.
She doesn't try to get Brian's blood. It is mine.
Of
Apparently
course.
mine is more tasty. Yeah, there you go. You can kick Brian's back in your neck. Yeah. Alrighty. So I do need to use the computer a little bit. So please do not attack me. Yes, I love you. You're very cute, but I do need to use the computer a little bit. Yes. Yes.
And I was not this past time because she got mad at me because I was playing with the new kitty, but the time before when I was visiting Bestie, Jinx came up and sat by me, and I got to do the elevator butt.
Yeah, I try not to do that with her while I'm on camera because she just wants her starfish to be on camera. And like, no, nobody needs to see this. I don't need to see this. I know, you're very proud of it, like all cats, but no, we don't need it. We don't need it. So CB read some Harry Potter fan fiction, which is awesome. Probably better than the books. See, Nerdy Nurse reads got 395 words. Bumpy start to a scene. Hey, no blood. No blood for you. No blood for you. No. Calm down. No. Nope. No blood. Nope. No blood for you. Nope.
Watch me.
Nope. No blood for you.
I demand a sacrifice. Hold on.
And Maggie's not here to egg you on, as far as I know, because I haven't scrolled down far enough to find out if she showed up yet. But no,
With
no,
us.
this is my hand. You get love, you do not get blood. Okay. You have no idea where it is going.
But we're doing it.
I feel that. Yes. Yeah.
Jenna says she's apparently part Audrey too.
A little bit. Holy crap, Jenna. Woo! 1,084
That's a lot of words.
I would snap with both hands, but I have a cat that is wanting to eat me. So I have to hold her up. That is amazing. Oh,
But, sweet woman, I love you.
yes, you're very cute. Yes, even CB thinks that you're lovely, and you are. You're just a little bloodthirsty. Yeah, you're a little vampire kitty. That's why we get along so well. Yeah, yeah, you just a little vampire kitty. Yeah. Oh, there's this spot right there that she just can't reach, and she just loves it when you just get in there and scratch it. Um. Ah. Yeah, I have not been doing the dictation lately because I don't know why. I stopped. I was doing the dictation and then stopped using it. I think it's because I got to the point where I was like, why do I want to hear my own voice? No. But I've been doing a lot of things with voice off, off stream that, yeah, hopefully you all will enjoy in the not too distant future. Yes, Minerva. Minerva. I think I did that right. I may have spelled it wrong. Yes. Yes, yes. It is. I, I really want to probably start doing more dictation in future. The two problems that I have is when I'm writing a fantasy story and character names and place names, the getting the rhythm right for putting them in, and even in some of my regular stories, like when I'm working on Blinded Angels, I will say Ellis, which I do not feel is a bizarre and strange name, and it will put in every other word, often Alice, which is kind of okay because I can go back and search all the Alices and just find and replace them. But it 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 doesn't like the name Ellis. It doesn't like half of my characters' names, even if they're not weird. And I need to be able to train it. And not that probably about 4 years ago now, three years ago, I did try using Dragon again, and no, it actually does not work as well as the built-in dictation. So, which is sad because you can actually train it on specific words, and it still gets them wrong. So,
Lame
Isn't that
sauce.
program expensive too?
yeah, it is not cheap, but it's one that I've used off and on throughout my life because I do prefer dictating because it's a lot quicker and my mouth can move closer to the speed of my brain when I actually have story flowing. So I likes it, but it I like to dictate, but it just isn't working well. I have to say though, I am stunned at how well Lex, which is at lex.page.com for anybody who hasn't seen this. And if you do not, I'm sorry, not .com, lex.page. It's just lex.page. lex.page, Page. And if you want, I do believe if anybody wants in, I do believe I have some invites. It's in beta right now. I believe I have some invites. I got in because Megan got invited into the beta and she sent me one of the invites. But I really didn't know what else to say, and I was having trouble figuring out how to organize all the ideas. And it has an AI in it that at any point you can just type plus plus plus, and it will generate a block of text. And the block of text it generated was actually a decent outline for the topic, and that astounds me. It really kind of baggles my mind. So if you're having problems, maybe check that out. I kind of want to play with it with my fiction just to see what it do. Like, what
Let me know
you
how
just
that
do
works
there?
because I'm stuck on a story right now and it's driving me crazy.
But yeah, they're working on giving it training tools so that you can actually upload your own text to it so that it learns actually how you write, and that its generated text will look more like your handwriting, more like your writing and stuff. But I was just like, you. The whole idea here is when you get blocked, just do this and it will unblock you. And this is my first test with it. Seems to be working. You know, it did not generate, at least in my case for this, it did not generate usable text. But the text that it did, it was basically like if you were to jot down an outline real quick. It was that kind of text. But it was in actually a logical order. And I don't know. I was kind of I'm astounded by it. Hello, Eva.
Yes, where are you stuck, Carrie? Can we help?
Well, I'm not focusing on that project right now, but I am like trying to come up with like the final for the serialized story, the second book.
So
And
I'm trying not to make everything that I do 100% Andor all the time, though. Look forward to the next episode of the Project Shadow podcast. The new one is out. It's about Thanksgiving and what's going to be happening going forward. The next one will definitely be all about Andor, like all about Andor, and how it is probably the best scripted show I've seen. And the thing that impressed me most as a Star Wars, and I really want to stress this, as a Star Wars, the end is not a giant space battle. Like, not a spoiler. I don't think that's a spoiler for anybody. Well, think about it. When you think about a Star Wars story and you're building to this big climactic moment, you kind of start expecting it to be this like lightsabers and blaster pistols, spaceships blowing each other up. You know, like you have certain expectations for what that could look like. And they did such a good job building up the characters and the setting and the culture of Ferrix, which is where the finale episode takes place, that I was on the edge of my seat through the whole thing. It is practically a silent film for about 10 minutes of the episode as you're just watching things unfolding slowly in anticipation of what is about to happen. And it was a for me, for somebody who's really into this kind of fiction, it was a masterclass in how to do a very satisfying finale that one leaves everything open for, because season 2 is going to be coming. So it has left open questions for that. I'm like, oh, hopefully those get answered in season 2, right? But not, man, I have to wait till season 2 to find out it. You know, it was a satisfying ending. And it had all of the drama and everything that I wanted without having to just be like, okay, we're going to have a sky beam shoot up into the sky and everybody's going to fight around it and try to make the sky beam stop so that we can save the world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so much of this type of fiction just devolves to that point. And so what I would say, if you're looking for a good finale, ask yourself what unanswered questions are there that you can drive your readers crazy in anticipation for that moment of reveal. Because that's basically what this entire episode works towards, is this one moment of reveal at the end of the episode that I'm not going to spoil, that you just kind of go, like, I cheered. I jumped up in my chair and literally cheered in a way that I have not for a television show or a movie in a very long time.
And then your back cricked.
You know, but yeah, I really liked how they did it, and I liked how they set it up. And the series has felt like it's had a lot more action in it than it had, and I also like how they've pulled that off. But that one moment of reveal, like just the way that it, like that anticipation is my new drug for fiction, and I'm going to try to figure out ways to make it something that I actually do. I'm bad at that in fiction. But yeah, I want all of it. Oh, that does seem slightly impossible, but oh my goodness, I'm sure it seems much more impossible to you, Eva. It's only a few minutes because yeah. But the speech photo's coming. Yeah. There's this whole thing. There's a couple shows that I'm really excited about in the way that they've done story differently. And of course, tonight at some point, or maybe tomorrow, I don't know. I can't wait to delve into the dark world of Wednesday because it went up today, and it better be good. I just want all I want is Gothic Harry Potter with some Addams Family characters in it. Anything above that bar, this show will be successful for me. Like I have a very low bar. Like I want it to kind of be somewhere between Gothic Harry Potter and what if Rick Riordan was writing horror novels? Like somewhere in between. Like if you can hit that spot with a Wednesday Addams in it, I'm fine. Like I'm my bar is fairly low. I have been playing video games constantly, so I have not yet. No, I have not. I am trying to give space from Interview with a Vampire, though. That's the one thing that concerns me about watching Wednesdays It's Close, because I do believe there are vampires in the show. Because Interview with a Vampire was one of my favorite vampire shows, TV shows of all time. And again, that anticipation. Like, anticipation is my new drug. Like, it really is. It's like, I did not know I wanted a show where I would be sitting there all episode just waiting to find out, are you going to, like, oh, what was the episode? Did you kill the baby? Did you eat the baby? That whole episode, like, just waiting, like, did you eat the baby? And then, oh no, we're going to do a side story now. But did you eat the baby? Like, oh, the anticipation is so good. Like, it is my new.
It should be a stick and a quarter.
Should be a stick and a quarter, Brian.
I did a stick and a half, and that was a mistake.
It'll work out.
I mean, I'll still eat it. I just added more oats to absorb more of the moisture.
That's really exciting, CB. I do want to see it really bad. I will say, if people are in a musical mode and they have access to Disney Plus, Disenchanted was delightful. Disenchanted was absolutely delightful. And I cannot stop listening to Batter. Like, if you are debating whether or not this is the movie for you, load up the soundtrack, listen to Batter, or they put the scene on YouTube. So you can just search Disenchanted Batter, Badder. And if that does not make you go, oh yes, I have to have this movie in my life, then maybe the movie's not for you.
So I need to go so I can go to the grocery store.
Alrighty.
Have fun. Bye.
Have the fun. Bye.
Bye.
I mean, fair. It is fair because I do forget things. I do forget things. I'm just trying to give that show the best chance it can because I did try to do a rewatch of a different vampire show that I really like to try to cleanse my palate. And all I could sit back and go, but where's my anticipation? Like, where is this like sense of dread? Like, I need this sense of dread. Like, oh no, please don't do it. Please do no. Oh, you did it. But did you eat the baby? But did you eat the baby? Like, this is the catchphrase. Like, we had Save the Cat for like, how do you show that your character is a good guy? You show them Save the Cat early in the story. Okay. We have Jump the Shark. We have Grow the Beard. I feel like we now have, but did you eat the baby? Because this is what I need in all of my fiction going forward. I need a moment of, but did you eat the baby? Because, so good. So good. Alrighty, we are going to go ahead and get involved in another sprint. I'm going to play around in Lex some more and see if I can finish this essay, because that will be fun. Alrighty. Make sure you have something to hydrate with. make sure you're taking care of yourself. If you just need to space out and stare into the blank walls and get some inspiration back into your head, go ahead and do that. Everything's fine. Self care is productivity for writers. We're going to go ahead and get started on the sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And that's the timer. Look how done mood. How did everybody do? It did not move
I
backwards.
got some editing done.
Nice. I am.
I haven't touched my projects in like 4 days.
I am impressed with how Lex helped me fix that section of the essay that I've been working on. I really like it now. It was kind of like, fine. And then I wrote out everything for the little outline that it came up with. And yeah, like I feel like I have stated my argument better, which does make sense in a way because essay writing is fairly formulaic in that you have your topic sentences, your thesis, and whatnot. So as long as the AI can figure out what those are, basic argumentation has a very similar pattern to it. But it's kind of nifty that it basically went, here's a hole in your argument that you didn't fill. Like, I know it didn't actually do that. It just generated random text, but the random text that it generated was a hole in the argument, and I was able to satisfactorily close it up, which makes me happy. And on the next sprint, I'm probably going to put the next section of the essay in there and see what it does to it. See if it can help me with that too, because a lot of the stuff that this is, believe it or not, this is the stuff for the big book to go with these things. Where I'm having a lot of issues trying to figure out how to explain things simply and not write college level academic stuff. And that's not so much a problem with me as it is with the movement, what inspired this, which is a whole bunch of people with doctoral degrees talking to each other through books. Expecting you to have a similar education. And so I have tried to simplify. But unlike Thoreau, I know only to say it once. Though, like Thoreau, I would like to have a whole bunch of people that would just like sustain me and keep me alive so that I can just like live my best life and pretend that it was all me all along. Such a challenge. Jenna coming in with the 903 words. I don't have a cat. I can give you synopsis both hands. That's awesome. You like to tell your students in their nonfiction lives they're going to write about the same 10 essays again and again and again and again. Yeah, and the issue with this is it's finding ways to simplify the language because, like, I could be because a lot of what I'm talking about right now originates from the work of Paul Tillich. I am wanting to use a lot of terms from philosophical ontology, the philosophy of ontology, and I just said that, and everybody fell asleep. Like when discussing issues of ontology and epistemology, these are important things to discuss and lay the groundwork on, but they're so boring and they're so dry because you use words like ontology and epistemology, and nobody cares what those words mean. I'm not even going to get to. I'm not even going there. I'm actually going for a narrative epistemology. Yeah, I have moved on from virtue epistemology. I'm now a narrativist. I think that meaning and knowledge is actually derived through the stories that we tell and their coherence with reality. So, Yeah. Is everybody bored? Yes, everyone is bored. How do I say this with don't even get me started on that one. Oh, sorry, he just shouted from the other room. There is no reality. You're not wrong. Think you're gonna fix yourself a little snack. Oh, snacks are life. I finally talked Brian into letting us have mixed nuts in the house again, and my life is complete. Oh, I have not done my Irish for the day. I need to do that so David doesn't take my games away from me tonight. Which started off as a bad joke, and then it worked. For anybody who doesn't know, the other night we were hanging out in the Discord, which, by the way, we hang out in the Discord all the time. It's a lot of fun. Link in the doobly-doo. And I could not get a game to load to save my life. And I made a bad joke that, oh, I forgot to do my Irish. Okay, Bridget, I'll do my Irish. And then can I play a game? And I did my Irish, and then the computer just worked after that. So, tonight. Correlation is not causation, but at a certain point, enough correlation is like,
But when there's a goddess involved.
Sweet. When it's that. I have 2 statues of her right next to me because I am that person, and this is the really detailed, pretty one.
Oh, that's so pretty.
I love these so much. The house is filled with things because of the doing of the things. So we've got an icon over there. I've got 2 statues over there. We've got Bridgetine crosses up everywhere. I'm trying to get my hands on hay so I can make a bunch of them because we don't really have reeds around here or rushes. Not really a thing in our area, which is weird because we live in a swamp. But yeah, apparently not that kind of swamp. Not the good, fun kind of swamp. If there even is such a thing. Alrighty. So, I really feel weird saying this because you know me, and I am a talker, but I'm like, maybe we should just jump back into the next sprint so I can get more words, which is a thing I did not think I was going to be saying today. And yet I said it, yeah. It's they just put up the forecast for tomorrow. It's gonna rain. By the way, today is the new moon, so it's a good time to be starting things or wiping your slate clean, one way or of the other. Alrighty. I'm just a little today, aren't I? Let's go do another sprint.
I sent Bestie a very, 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 very long message about the Adventurers series. And I'm like, I'm stuck here, so I really want you to look over the file and see if you have any suggestions. And then I was talking with some other people, and we don't know if Kindle Vella is going to be a thing anymore. So do you want to start a Substack with me? And then
I think that the stubbornness will probably keep it going, but I'm on this struggle to clear out my inbox because I'm one of those terrible people that will read an email and not remember to archive it or delete it. So I have like I have read emails going way back, and I just need to clean out. And I'm going back through this, and I see all the Kindle Vella emails and all the stuff about what they're doing with Kindle Vella, and I'm just like, okay. And then all of a sudden it turns into, does anybody remember Kindle Scout? The thing that existed before Vella, and all the emails about that. And then it turned into Kindle Story Mill, which I bet no one remembers that. and all the things that they were trying to do with that, and all the emails back and forth about that. And then what was it? Was it Kindle Pages? I think was the next one on the list. Like all of the different things that they have done over the years to try to get active story on their site. This kind of fiction on their site. And I'm just like, wow, they really have tried a bunch of this over time, haven't they? And then I got down to all the Kindle Worlds emails, and I'm like, oh yeah, that could have been great, but wasn't. So I feel like they've invested enough in Kindle Vella that they're going to begrudgingly allow it to exist. But I don't.
This
I
is
feel
how
like
much I said so much in this message that I learned that Discord has a limit because it started counting down.
Oh, you know the fun thing
And I
about the
went,
Discord limit?
oh,
Okay, I get very verbose sometimes, and it is a problem. Yay for dinner! Okay, I once sent Kat a message so long, Discord turned it into a text file and then sent it to her. Apparently, if you go over your character count limit in Discord, it just turns whatever you did into a text file, and then sends the text file to them.
That is hilarious. It's like, fine, I'll send your novel.
Yeah,
But it's going as a text.
which I did not know until I did that, and then I was like, I didn't send you a text file.
well, I was getting ready to wrap up anyway, but I seen a number like tick down in the corner, and I went, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it still does that. Maybe they actually do a hard limit now, and that because it didn't show me a number at all on the bottom. I just hit enter,
because it
and
gave
instead of
me,
this giant block
it
of
had the
text,
ticking down, and
going,
it said if you wanted to boost, then it said if you want a longer limit, do the nitro thing, and I'm like, no.
This was before I had nitro, so this may be something they've changed since they have been adding the nitro features. But it didn't have a countdown happening in the corner. I had absolutely no warning. I just hit enter, and instead of seeing a block of text go whoop over, all of a sudden just this little thing that said Charlie, like the first 3 words of what I said, .txt. And I was like, what? You did what now? And
then I texted her, and I'm like, I didn't want to blow up your phone with all the thoughts I had, so check your Discord.
Pierogies. That sounds delicious. We have actually had a hot dog weekend because I had a really, really rough week, and Brian was like, what do you want for food? And I went, hot dogs. I want either hot dogs or bologna. It has to be some kind of mushed meat that one makes me think of childhood. I don't care what it is, but it cannot be fancy, and it needs to be so simple. My brain goes, am I 5?
When we make hot dogs with French fries now, Anna has to have mustard.
That is oddly cute. But yeah,
Joe brought me some on Sunday because that's been our go-to meal on Sundays is just hot dogs and fries. I don't feel like doing anything. So he was getting everything ready, and she walks up and goes, mustard. And put a little squirt on her plate.
I'm going to try to get back into the habit of neither of us feel like cooking. Let's make a nabe. Because it's not really cooking, and they're delicious and good for you. So I will say one thing, and I wonder what we could do with the turkey in the nabe pot for leftovers. I bet we could do some nummy turkey nabes.
I'd have to pick up some cheese, but we still have some frozen pizza dough. We can make turnovers again. It came out really good last week.
You missed the feline overlord trying to extract her blood sacrifice from me earlier. Everyone else seemed to enjoy it. Alrighty, I think. Oh, that's interesting. hopefully everything is going well over on YouTube's. I don't know if it's me or them. I just looked over. I have the actual YouTube studio over here so I can monitor the stream health. And our stream health got red for a second there, and my chat says over and over again, chat disconnected, successfully reconnected, chat disconnected, chat disconnected, back and forth, back and forth. So I don't know if that was a them problem or a me problem. But hopefully everything's going well. Got distracted by that.
I don't have it up, so
Well, it's back to excellent now. It now said the connection. It now says excellent connection again, but it did go. What?
Did it say party time?
No, it did not say party time. Ugh, Wayne, why are you like this? Oh, yes, she has arrived. Okay, it never disconnected on your end. It may be on mine. I just wanted to say if this means that I'm about to blip out, good luck, Carrie. Cat. Yeah, because that makes it sound like it might be on my end. Okay, Bridget, I get it. I'm gonna go do my Irish now. Is that your warning shot of I will take the internet away? You will watch nothing tonight. It is time for a sprint. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to do my Irish, and with what time remaining, I'm going to try to continue working on this essay with Lex. Brian is processing potatoes. Is this like are they already potato skin ready, or are you about to bake them?
I spent last running in circles, so I gave up on the game. No, they're being
Oh, they're being potato skinned. He's scooping out the meats to make the potato skins. My favorite part of Thanksgiving is Wednesday potato skins. Favorite part. Absolute. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get this sprint started. Oh, it is. I get so excited. I love them so much. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. I was in the midst of typing a response in the chat, and then the cow done mooed. So I asked Brian exactly how big the turkey is and how he would describe giant, and he said it is it is at least 13 pounds, but it's not truly gigantic. It's just really big.
Last year, my family's turkey was almost 30 pounds.
See, okay,
my
say that.
My dad put the turkey in the passenger seat and it turned the dinger on.
So you can say that. It's not that big, but there's two of us. 13 pounds of meat is a lot for two people. If it's at minimum, even if it's just a 13-pound turkey, that is a lot of meat for two people. Maybe four, depending on tomorrow.
There's still going to be some blood for your folks. I mean, they're eating it one way or the other.
I love the threat in that they're eating it one way or another.
They're going to be pissed about it.
I mean, true. But still. Ooh, that smoked turkey that Tom did the other day. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Oh, I wanted all of it.
I'm editing the scene where they're at. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! I made a sound.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
I'm editing the scene in the second, where it's move-in weekend at the college, and so they take a break from, like, they moved everything into the dorm room, but Tara doesn't want to unpack yet because she has stuff she doesn't want mom to see because mom doesn't like magic. And so Grant is like, hey, let's go to the student center and have lunch and meet all the people that come in from down to meet all the students. And so they're sitting there and they're talking with assorted people, and they meet this one character who owns the drag club in town. And I have a character who is based on a certain person we all despise, and he walks in, and this other character goes, you'll have to excuse me. I am severely allergic to bigots. And she just walks out.
I believe I
Love
have
her so much.
I'm pretty sure I've actually heard that exact phrase out of the mouth of a drag queen before. Like, that's very, very on brand. And, Scooby-Doo Zombie Island was so good. So before I get into the insanity that is this freaking AI, let us celebrate with Jenna. 39K. Don't ask how. I think the word counter is broken.
Maybe is that where you're at?
This is total. I don't know, but I'm giving you snaps.
Either way,
snaps. Like, yes, you get all the snaps.
I can't snap. I've messed up.
So, as you know, I'm working on the essay for the big book to go with these cards, and I am shocked that the AI completely unprompted, like, it was not the paragraph I needed. Like, it put it in the wrong place. Like, I had to move what it came up with to the right place. But it took a computer, it took an AI to actually find a way to try to explain the weirdness that is creation spirituality. And I'm just astounded. It generated the following paragraph when I was like, I don't know what to write next. Plus, plus, plus. Creation spirituality might be considered a spirituality of the earth, but that's not quite accurate. Creation spirituality is a spirituality that affirms the worth of all creation, including the earth, but it also affirms the worth of the entire cosmos and all that is within it. This cosmos includes not just the physical universe that we can observe with our senses and scientific instruments, but also the invisible realm of energy and spirit that pervades and animates all.
Actually, that's a really good explanation for creation.
It took a robot to figure out how to describe what we are. So yay! I'm like, okay,
Please tell me you're gonna send that to one of the people and be like, "So a computer came up with this, and it's perfect."
Yeah, I really should. The paragraph, in fairness to to this experiment with the AI, that paragraph did not make sense where it put it in the essay, but it does actually work at another point in the essay where I'm trying to shorthand things. So it is a useful sentence, that a paragraph that is going to be used and probably will be in the final draft of this thing. But like, as all of us sit here hemming and hawing, the computer went, "Y'all are just so basic. It's fine. Here. This is what you all do." Like, okay. Continue.
I did that to Megan one time. I want to say it was Sunday night before everybody, since Monday. She was working on one of her Substack essays, and it created a thing that she was going to use, but it wasn't. It was more of a conclusion. So she's like, "I'm going to use it. I'm move it down here."
Like, I'm really curious what all they trained this AI on, because it was my understanding that it's GPT-3, and I've played with that before, and it creates monsters. If you would like to see some of the monsters that it creates, the Leftist Cooks have a video called "An AI Made This." And Zoe B has a follow-up video where she was inspired to feed all of her scripts into the machine to see what it would make her say and do. And I believe hers is just called "An AI an AI wrote this video." Both are hilarious in every possible way, because especially Neil's video, because he includes like ideas for like how they can set up the camera, how they can, like, he writes full on scripts of like how to do the lighting, how to set up the camera, the way things should be staged and posed. And the AI tried to write some of that too. So when the visuals get really weird, they just superimpose the text that was in the script. So like, no, it's what it said to, this is what it said to do.
So we did it.
So we did it. It told us to, like, yeah. Two of the funniest videos I have ever seen, because just there's a moment in Zoe B's video where the AI got stuck on the word pun. And so the script is something like, "So the problem is that people do not find puns funny when puns are extremely funny, because a pun is a pun. And if you do not understand the nuances of a pun, then you will not understand the nuances of the pun." And it just keeps going on and on and on. This one thing. And she's just heartfelt, soulfully delivering these lines as if like they are the gospel truth from on high. And I don't know how many takes that video took to record, because I don't know how she said half the lines in her video without just laughing, just collapsing on the floor laughing. But it like GPT-3 usually makes monsters. That's the point I'm trying to get to. And those are two examples that I know of them. But for somehow it's actually generating some really interesting stuff for me, and I really want to know what they trained it on. Like, how did you make it not make like abstract monsters? Because the craziest thing about this is that it doesn't know what any of the words mean, because the language AIs that we are developing are not actually trying to discover the meaning of words. They're just understanding how sentences are most often constructed and how to follow an idea and construct reasonably constructed sentences while staying on topic. Like they're not actually, they don't know what they're saying. They're just, I don't know, this sounds good. Yeah. And yet to see them generating useful, meaningful text.
Isn't that most writers though?
But see,
I don't know. This sounds cool.
This seems like a fun idea.
Yes, but you actually know the language you're writing in. This would be like if I told you to write me an essay in German and just gave you a German to English dictionary and a grammar guide. And said, by the way, you cannot write this in English first and translate it over. Just randomly pull words out of one and use the grammar in the other. Make something legible. Like that's basically what it's doing. It has no concept of the definition of any of these words. And yet somehow, like I have always been fascinated by like emergent structure and emergent or like how ants work, where really no one is in charge of an army of ants, but because of all of the communication that's going on between them, they can act as if they are a super creature. You know, there looks like there's order to the chaos because it is an emergent level of order that comes from all of the chaos that they are participating in. And I think we're starting to get there with AI in a way that we're going to have to grapple with as a species. Because I've been playing around a lot with Canva. Like I've been using Canva's AI art generator so much, I actually canceled my Artbreeder account.
I have not tried it out yet.
It is interesting how they're trying to keep people from making bigoted memes. So there are certain words that it just will not touch with a 10-foot pole because it's like, no, I don't know what you're going to use that for. No. Which is interesting. And I wish it actually phrased it that way, other than we detected inappropriate language. And of course, it doesn't highlight what word it doesn't like, which is fun because, for example, apparently somebody tried to use it to make a lot of racist stuff because I asked it to do a black dragon and it did not like the word black. I had to fiddle around a bit to get it to allow that phrase to be used. So there's some work they need to do on it because I get what they're trying to do. They don't want to be that place that you go to auto-generate hate memes for Twitter, especially the cesspool that it is right now. But yeah, the stuff that it does make has been surprisingly good. Like it's astounding the quality that it's just spitting out. And on the topic of Twitter, just because I can't help myself, Adam Conover from Adam Ruins Everything, he's on YouTube again, and I highly recommend his channel. If you liked Adam Ruins Everything, follow Adam's YouTube channel. It's basically that content, but he doesn't have a network telling him not to be angry about things. So it's like Adam Ruins Everything with emotion. It's really entertaining. Absolutely love it. He just did a video about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and the idiot crypto dude that was behind FTX and its collapse. And it is a piece of irate, angry fiction, except for it's real. And dear God, why do we let these people get away with so much? I think it's
Is
like
it
I said,
called?
Is
it
what
called Elon Musk and is an idiot?
Yes.
You have the video?
Yes.
Not surprised by this title.
Yeah. It is very good. I
The
highly
thumbnail
recommend.
is in big letters. Elon is just dumb.
Yes. And that's kind of the moral of the story is a bunch of people failed successfully into a big luck pile, and we allowed them to pretend, see, this means I'm smart. And no, no, it was very entertaining. I highly recommend it. Yeah, I think, Jordan, what they're trying to do is, because a lot of AI generators have been used to make pornography and very hateful imagery, they're trying to tune it just right so that it cannot be used for that. And once I eventually got around, I was able to actually use the word black. It was apparently the way I phrased the black dragon. I think it may have tripped something in its AI to go, oh, they're making a clan reference or something. Because I was able to get it to generate black dragons for me using that phrase. I just had to be a little bit more creative with the way that I wrote it up, because I simply typed in a black dragon and it went and it needed more input. But it also has issues if you use words incorrectly. You cannot use just the word trans. You have to say transgender. If you don't actually say transgender, it will say nope right away. It also has certain words that you cannot pair with transgender or with woman or with man that are interesting, that you can generate images using those words separately, but if those words appear in the same prompt, it will say no. So they have an interesting kind of a pseudo smart filter on it where they're trying to keep it from being used for hateful purposes. And I wish them luck with that, because if anybody can actually teach an AI to not be racist, homophobic, and sexist, they deserve a Nobel Prize. Because so far, every AI that has been unleashed on the internet has instantly become racist, homophobic, and sexist. It's a problem.
We wonder why writers think robots are just going to rise up and kill.
Yeah, this is why robots think writers are going to rise up and kill all of us. Yeah. Actually, this was a big problem that Neil found when they had the AI write their script. It became fairly misogynistic, and they couldn't figure out why. And then they realized, because a lot of their videos, they're quoting misogynists to explain why they're wrong. And the AI cannot tell the difference between the wrong thing said by the misogynist and the contradiction of it that was in the original script. And it just defaulted, because misogyny, homophobia, and racism use very simple language, very simple sentence structures that are easy for the robots to understand. Which, doesn't that say something about us humans? Hello, Heather. How are you doing? I hope that you are doing well, and happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you are going to have a good one down there in the Floridas. Oh, you're having minestrone? Oh, sweetie, we haven't had minestrone in forever. We need to, I know Thanksgiving, it's going to be a while, but we need to put that on the list of in case of emergency and we don't know what to do for dinner some week, break glass list.
Yeah.
Minestrone sounds so good. I haven't done that in a while. Doesn't it? Ugh. Every time Maggie is like, this is what we're doing for dinner, I'm like, why do you have to live so far away? Why do I have to live so far away? I want to go to there. I want all of the foods.
I want all of the foods. I don't want all of the Colorado weather.
Well, it smells like pumpkin bread.
Oh, the pumpkin bread's almost ready?
And so are the taters.
Pumpkin bread. I want a slice of the pumpkin bread whenever you feel it is sliceable. I can show it on screen and you can get your accolades from those who are here.
This is a test.
You say that, but it's going to be fine.
No, it's not done yet.
They do. They pick it up really, really bad. Like I'll never forget when Microsoft put what was it called Tay on Twitter, and it took less. It took what 12 hours for it to get itself to for the AI to violate Twitter's terms of service and get banned because it learned very quickly to just say all the bad words. Like it started tweeting like the N word and the F word and like yeah, it became racist really, really proficiently and quickly. It's just like the red tide kills everything. Yep, it eats and poisons the waters. Yeah, it's your dad's favorite soup. It is a very good soup. It is a very good soup. It is one of my favorites. In fact, I do a minestrone one pot that Glenn and Friends, well, Glenn on the Glenn and Friends channel, I highly recommend if you need cooking, if you like watching cooking channels, has a one pot casserole recipe that's basically here's the basics of how much water, how much meat, how much pasta, and then you can season any way you want. So it's basically hamburger helper without having to buy hamburger helper. It's basically how the recipe was designed. And I do a variant of his recipe that is basically minestrone helper that is so good. It is so good. It is one of my favorites. It is not done in the middle.
It's a wiggle jiggle in the middle.
It's weak. It's got the wiggle jiggle in the middle.
If you like chocolate lava.
Would you like to see some of the images that the Canva one just generated for
Are
me?
they nightmare fuel?
No, they're really pretty actually.
Okay. Thank you. Well,
Because
either way, I was probably going to say yes, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Because I on the Arbiter one I had put in the a crown with golden leaves.
I
And it
remember.
just never did it right. But here are
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I was talking about with it. Like it parses language fairly well.
this one is gorgeous. This one I put a
So-
tiara with golden leaves and red gems.
So for anybody who plays around with this, it is just in the Canva. You need to scroll down to more apps at the bottom on the side. Any one that you click on will be added to your uploads. So you'll have it for later, so you can bank them that way. You don't have to download them each time. But anyone you click on will be added to the uploads section in Canva, and you'll probably need to do what I do and go back and clean that out periodically of some of the I really don't need to have that, just so that's more manageable. Also, I have created a bunch of folders that I'm using now more than just the generic upload section. But yeah, it does good work.
It does.
I have been very impressed with it as far as I've played with a lot of these AI art things because especially with starting the Substack and everything, while Canva is great to find pictures and put something together, a lot of times there isn't the picture that I want, or I'll have a very specific thing in mind and it will take me hours on Canva because I'm fixated. Like I want an image like this, and just scrolling and scrolling to find something that I can get to make it work. And
It's not what I meant. I wanted black roses.
it's still kind of cool looking though. I kind of want that tiara. But yeah, if you haven't played with it, I do highly recommend giving it a play if it is something that you are interested in. I do love a good tomato soup. The problem is I used to really like several different canned tomato soups, and then that monster who is just about to start cooking potato skins. Oh, you're about to make the bacon for the potato skins? Oh, house is going to smell so good. You will hear a dog making all kinds of noise in a minute.
It doesn't understand black roses.
Maybe if you say that the flowers, specifically say the rose flowers are black. Maybe. Because the trick with getting the AIs to work is getting them to parse the idea exactly the way you mean it. And so sometimes it's about phrasing. Now, I will say for anybody who's not played around with Canva much, they have an unknown number of maximum number of images you can make in a day. And I say it that way because when Gloria and I first found it, we just basically sat in Discord sharing our screens, making monsters. We made so many images. It's ridiculous. And then we both got the message that you have used up your AI allotment for the day. It doesn't have a countdown. It doesn't tell you how many you get. I have found no documentation explaining how many images you can make a day on it. It does reset every morning.
I had to put that a tiara made of black roses to get black roses.
There you go.
But these are not black, but they're still gorgeous.
They are. That's really cool looking.
Ooh. Well, that's fun.
It was a really good way. And we were having so much fun making all of these like just terrible pictures back and forth and just giggling. Like it was just all the giggling and oh my goodness, look what it made now. Oh my goodness, look what it made now. It was just so much fun. And that's how we discovered that there is a cap. You can only do so many a day. We have no idea how many that is because we didn't save every image that we made. So I don't know what, I don't know if it's based off of how many you click on and save or if it's based on just how many you generate. I don't know, but there is a cap. But I'm super impressed with the way that it works.
Oh, it didn't work. Those are really pretty. Oh, wait, this one technically worked. So I put Phoenix and roses.
Yeah, technically.
So this one is technically right. The other three do not have phoenixes. But that looks really cool. We'll keep that.
I can imagine.
Let's just generate a phoenix. Let's try that.
Now, what's really going to be fun is the first time I typed it in, it generated pictures of Phoenix, Arizona. I just typed in the word Phoenix. I don't know why I didn't add anything else. And I looked at it and I was like, wait, is that Camelback Mountain in the background? Oh, that is Camelback Mountain in the background. It made Phoenix, Arizona. That's pretty cool.
I don't know what I'm using that for, but I'm using that.
I see that, and all of a sudden I want to inspire you to write fan fiction based on a character that you heavily inspired, because that would be a perfect cover or perfect illustration for her adventures. Sweet little murder radish that she is.
I'm pretty sure this is just Phoenix, Arizona. But I surprisingly got actual phoenixes.
But yeah, I think that everybody should be playing around with these. I'm trying to get into the AI that generates music because I really want to play around with that one. Because while I don't think I could use it to generate an actual song, I may be able to generate some stuff that I could use for samples that could then be turned into a song. So I hold out hope that I will eventually have my name pulled out of the pot for that one.
It really does not want to put a phoenix with roses.
It has some interesting biases. I'm pretty sure it's using what is it? Is it static diffusion? I think it's the name of the AI to make them. It's something like that. It's something diffusion. as its AI generator, it seems to have a lot of the qualities. So I feel like, and it's open source. So I feel like it was built on top of that. But there,
I put Phoenix holding roses. Those are hands. And that's a pretty lady. Which I'm going to keep that image. There's something wrong with her fingers.
oh, that's the one. The two things that AIs have not figured out yet are hands.
And eyes.
Actually, the eyes
This
are
one's pretty good with eyes, actually.
Yeah. This one's pretty good with eyes, but legs. It generates a lot of 3-legged people or multi-legged people, where you could maybe convince yourself that it's doing like the illusion of motion, or it just couldn't decide, are their legs like this or like this, and it just went both.
Let's do it all.
No one will notice that the human has 4 legs. It'll be fine.
I generated a ball gown.
It also doesn't do the random third arm as much as
that's
our breeder does. Right? Yeah, these are the Canva AI generated pictures, Jenna. Just in case you missed that part. Have a good night, CB. Have a wonderful weekend. I guess I should say before I forget, because I feel like we're just going to be chatting until the end of the stream, because that just feels like the vibe that we're in now. Unless it's the vibe that I'm in right now. We will actually be doing a stream tomorrow night. We talked with Tom and Glory, and we are going to be doing the regular Valheim stream. At least Brian and Tom will be, depending on what happens earlier in the day. I might be a mess of a human being over in the corner somewhere, trying to keep myself entertained.
We might just put you on the back of a Lux and send you off in a direction.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. So if anybody wants to join us, if you need somewhere to hang out, we will be on Twitch tomorrow night, starting at, see, what is it? It's 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock our time, right?
7:30 Eastern is when you normally do it.
7:30 Eastern. There you go. Thank you.
Some random category title.
Yeah.
Don't get me yelled at by cat.
Payback for the milk and cookie.
Look at that!
Oh my goodness, I want that dress.
I put ball gown, black roses.
That's gorgeous.
It's literally just roses.
It is. I kind of want it. I kind of want it bad.
This is it. Oh, where'd it go?
If you made it full screen, it may have popped it back to the back.
It
as
did.
Background layer.
Okay. Wow.
And of course, we will be here on Friday doing Lord knows what. Probably the productivities, but if everybody's like in a Thanksgiving hangover, I might just load a game and just play.
I get to work Black Friday morning.
So if Kat's home before the stream's done, it may just be a therapy session or a rant session of tell us all the bad things people did, Kat.
We reached our day's goal today at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
The store's not closed until 9.
There are times that I miss working retail because I did actually enjoy working retail. But then there are times like around Black Friday and the Christmas season that I'm so glad I am not in retail anymore.
So I realized that this is the first time that I'm actually working Black Friday. I have never once before worked Black Friday, which is impressive. Considering like
Welcome
all my
back.
jobs except one have been retail.
It does kind of look like a wedding dress. Wait, it kind of looks like your wedding dress that you never got to wear? What? Okay, I've got a story to ask you for in the next either backstage or Discord hangout. That sounds like a detailed tale of terror and horror.
That made me think of type in wedding dress. So it got the roses, but not on the dress. Oh, that's pretty.
I want that dress so bad. I really like that, like, shock of black in the front. I never thought I'd ever see a white dress and be like, I want that. But you have made it happen. Wow.
So now we're going to try it with just wedding dress black. See what pops up. That is not black. That is
some Morticia Adams realness. Right there.
Oh, that I like the back. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, our three. I've been married 3 times to one person because Elizabeth Taylor is in fact an idol of mine. How did you know? Actually beat her record because I think she only married the same guy twice.
Who? What?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, she married the same guy twice.
So I beat her record. I married the same guy 3 times. And our first one was the pretty one at Catoctin Falls. The second one was in a bank lobby. And the third one was at the restaurant we own. So never really had the big wedding either. I don't really want one, so it's fine.
I did know that Megan had been married once. I also knew she was divorced.
Megan, you're letting people in on all of your secrets. Oh my goodness.
Look the way it distorted the face.
Oh, is it doing the weird sock puppet? I don't know how else to describe.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Also, the shape of her body is slightly off. They definitely cut together.
I do
and
like
her hand is like here, but her wrist is here.
I do like that you have the option of telling it what kind of image you want it to generate, whether it's photorealistic, a 3D art, drawn, painted, what have you, or just, I don't know, surprise me. Also, one of the really cool things that it does fairly well is you can, like with other AI generators, say that you want something in the style of a certain painter. And it will do that fairly well. Which makes me very happy. Super long wrists.
Okay, if these little designs right here were black.
Oh, Eva. Oh, Eva.
She's not wrong.
You're not wrong, but I kind of need, like, whatever the opposite of a romance is that's titled A Breakup with Paperwork. Like, because I don't know what that genre is, but it's a genre that exists. That's like, here's the movie or the book about how this couple broke up. Like, breakup stories that's a real thing. I just don't know what the genre itself is called, but it needs to be called Breakup with Paperwork. I would buy that. I would buy that. Feel anyway about it other than stop with your butt chickens. Death to all but metal. Amendment needs neither the church nor the state to be valid. This is very true, and I would like to point out that even in the Catholic Church, it's not the priest or the church that marries the people; it's the two individuals. Like you have to go into weird sides of evangelical Protestantism to think that anyone other than the couple is marrying themselves.
Now it's 20 minutes.
The priest makes it a solemnity because he performs the mass while they are marrying themselves. So what even is marriage without without paperwork? What the hubby and I had for the vast majority of our relationship. Really, really good. Lots of fun. Really annoyed everyone, especially our aunties, and made people want to protest when we were like, hey, can we at least sign something? I don't know, but that just may be me. I have a weird skewed view when it comes to marriage.
You do, in fact, hear a knife sharpening in the background.
Yeah.
Brian is cooking.
Brian is cooking, and he's not. I will prevent him from coming in and lecturing you all. He is not sharpening the knife. He is truing the edge of the blade, which is different and distinct. He has not gotten his whetstones out because, yes, he has an entire collection of whetstones and does, in fact, use them. I told you that I would kill you if you ever used the whetstones in the house again. Those are for the deck only when I am not outside, because the sound of metal being ground down is one I cannot take. That is the most soul destroying sound I have ever heard in my life. But yeah,
worse than the nails on a chalkboard.
Yes, much worse. Because it's like nails on a chalkboard if they just went around in a tight circle very fast and continuously.
30 minutes straight.
Yeah, and then kept going for 30 minutes straight.
Don't forget that part.
I have reached my image quota for the day.
So it's whatever that is. It's that many. Yes, sharpen in the basement dungeon. Thank you. Yes. Soundproof and all.
Quick.
Yes. Sounds like an ostrich. I can see that. But yeah, it does. It is a sound that one does not soon forget. I also feel like I should mention not only that we are definitely doing the stream.
The answer is 43. I just counted.
Well, I would say it's probably some variant of that, but somewhere around there, yeah. Because you didn't save every image you made. But yep, that is using the Canva art AI generator.
That is pretty rough.
It's really good.
I love this Phoenix. It's gonna.
Yeah.
I really like this. I might actually use this for something in Uncommon Royals. Because one of the main characters' names is Phoenix, but she goes by Nyx.
I'm not sure which last thing you're talking about, Eva. The very last thing that she generated, that squiggle thing. I do not believe so. I do not think that. I don't think, does Glory have the paid version? Not to cast shade or anything, but was she doing it in
mine.
Did you see all the different ones in there?
No,
she
can make stuff, and I never see what she has used.
It might be a part of the paid. It is hidden. It is not easily findable. You have to scroll down to the bottom on the side and go down to I think it's additional apps.
I did up Googling it, in all honesty.
Yeah. And you have to turn it on. It is not well presented in the app. And I found it because Tom found it. Tom was scrolling around looking through the apps in Canva and went, Canva does AI? And both Gloria and I went, wait, what now? It is the what? The simple black sketch on the white background. I'm not sure. What was that very last thing that you had the AI make? Do you remember? Floating feather. We have in the chat.
Yeah, it's right there.
There we go. But yeah, it works really well. It is, of the ones that are publicly available, it is my favorite so far. Though I'm hoping to get in the Facebook beta because it makes movies. And they're actually not that bad. And I would like to make some really obnoxious AI generated movies. A little bit. I do a lot of like really jangly art.
So this thing, it's an image of two people, okay? I'm gonna just read you what they're saying. Person one, I'm aging like fine wine. The second person, in a basement, untouched. It was shared in one of the ACE groups I'm in. Yes, it's the text to image app.
Yeah, it is the text to image app. And I have had very good results making it. If you have subscribed to either one of my Substacks, I believe all of the cover images I have used for those were generated. Yeah, all of them were generated in there, with one exception. The one that went out on the Project Shadow one, I downloaded and put a gradient. I changed the color gradient on it because I liked the image that it made, but it was the wrong colors. So I did correct that in post. And if you're not doing that, I have been sharing the images actually over on my Instagrams. So you can see them there.
I just reached my image quota. That didn't take very long.
Just turtle made of backs.
It
Of
adds
books.
up when, when you make it to 4 at a time.
Actually, I don't think it changed the number. I don't think that the 4 at a time counts. I think it's how many times the number gets hit. Just because it used to just generate 2 at a time when I first started using it, and I seem to be able to use it the same amount as I did before. I think it's just presenting 4 options now instead of 2. You've been working on another post for your Substack. I am astounded by how well Lex is working, Megan. Oh my goodness. It has been extremely helpful. It actually defined my religion in a way that none of us have been able to, in an accurate way, which is crazy. It makes me wonder if it got possessed by a spirit or something, because that just doesn't seem right that an AI would be able to do that. It feels weird. Alrighty, we've got like 3 minutes left in the stream. So again, just to reiterate, we will be streaming tomorrow over on Twitch for anybody who wants to join us. At least Tom and Brian will be. They're going to be continuing the escapades in the Valheim. It should be fun. I might not be in my right mind, by which I mean I may be intoxicated in some way, shape, or form. So enjoy that.
We're curious to see what the audience is going to have us do.
Oh yeah, we're really curious to see what revenge will the audience take on us after a day of family. That should be a lot of fun. I have so many articles in doing, plus I'm not gonna spoil it. Y'all are gonna be getting so much content from me. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. We actually figured out the second half today of how we're gonna be doing a thing, and so much. You're gonna be like, can you please stop? So we'll be doing that tomorrow over on the Twitch for Friday. It's not this Friday, is it? This is next Friday. No, this is this Friday. This Friday is the last Friday stream that I will be doing on YouTube. We are going to, starting next month, we are moving the Friday stream over to Twitch, and it's going to be much more laid back. It is not going to be productivity. We are going to be probably like watching movie trailers and talking about them, talking about stuff. It's if you enjoyed the banter parts of the stream, it's going to be that, but in ways that we won't be punished by the algorithm and the AI for like having YouTube videos playing while we're making fun of them on stream, or just discussing them. So it'll be fun. So you can join us over on Twitch. I'm CE Dorset over there. And yeah, if you have not seen it already and you're interested in my podcast, it is over on my Project Shadow YouTube channel at youtube.com/@Project Shadow. And I am surprised it has more listens so far on Twitch, on YouTube, as it does as the actual podcast. But given that it is Thanksgiving weekend, most people don't listen to the Thanksgiving Day week podcasts until Friday. So I'm not surprised. I'm curious if that trend continues, though. So that will be interesting to see. Yeah, I think that's about it. Anybody else got anything they need to say before we go? Oh. Alrighty, with all of that enthusiasm, I'm just going to do a violence, and then we're going to be gone. Do you put milk in your no-bake cookies? If you were not here for the live, definitely put your answer down in the comments, because I feel like
Opinions.
if any of these archived live streams is going to get comments, it's going to be this one, because I opened with that and I'm closing with it. Anyway, have the fun, y'all. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.